Where are we going? What are we doing? Changing the fabric of the what now? The planet?
I mean,
Seriously?
what am I
This-
doing out here in a field of
Moment in the ether where we meet.
Of themselves. They're frightened of that dark part of themselves, the wild part of
Otherwise,
themselves.
it's gonna sound like a mess, but that's okay. It's okay.
A beautiful mess.
To embrace it, to dance with it, scream with it if you need to.
Yeah. Sister, I see you shining your
thank
light.
you for just giving me that inspiration
Light.
for
Sister, I
I
see
see
you
you shining.
shining.
Let the world see our
my
light.
Capricorn. So maybe
Let
the answer, maybe the plan is not exactly as I imagine it. And as you can imagine, I find that hard to believe. What? No.
She who floods like a river and like a river continues.
Still not sure how I'm doing it, and I don't need to know how. Every step of the way, I get a dream, I get a vision, I get a something, and I'm trusting that more and more. And I'm also terrified because the part of me that was traumatized, like, where are we going? What are we doing? Changing the fabric of the what now? The planet? Seriously? Is this my life? Yes, this is my life. And it feels very distant to the one I'm leaving behind. But I know yeah, the networks that are forming around me like this.
I'm Amantha, and I'm based in Kerry in Southern Ireland, and I've been working all of my adult life with different stages, I suppose, of spirituality and my own work and growth. My teachings came from my grandmother and also from the land here. I'm dyslexic, and I wish I could learn to, I wish I could read books and know what they say. And so, Coco, your book, I'm going to have a friend read it and tell me about it because it just doesn't absorb into my brain. But tell me a story and it's never lost. And so I grew up with the stories and the myths and the land talking to me, the trees talking to me, the old woman in the earth talking to me. So, I go in with a sort of a gentle agenda of what I'm going to do, but I just have to let it go and go with the energy, and it's absolutely been incredible. Even on the pilgrimages now at home here on the land, it starts on day one. As soon as I bring the women into the first circle, everything begins. And the sites here, the sacred sites, are really pulsating with energy. It's like there's a waking up happening. And it's bringing that balance because that waking up is happening on every level. Women are starting to really recognize how much patriarchy has held them and encased them. And now they're angry. And they're looking to find themselves. They're looking to find what motivates them, who they are, and how they want to live. And to get to that, they have to break away all that's been laid upon them, all the programming, whether it's the programming from the parents, from the school, from the patriarchal system itself, but it's breaking away so that they can actually embrace who they are rather than be frightened of who they are.
Let's go to Cynthia next.
Hello. That was a beautiful share. I love that dreaming the new earth, and I love that so much. This is my first time here. Karen just invited me, and I think I'm in the fourth wave. I think.
Yes, you will be. Yeah.
And yeah, I feel really honored to be in the presence of all you powerful women embodying the divine feminine. Karen knows this path is very new to me. Just the last couple of years when I went to Avalon, Glastonbury, England, and I had a soul remembrance of being there, and that led me to my new work with women. I consider myself a freedom and joy way shower. My business name is Be More Joy. I'm all about the joy and freedom of our bodies, our voices. I work with women to help free their voice, love themselves deeply.
It's from Love Belongs to Those Who Do the Feeling by Judy Grahn. and it's called She Who Continues. And some of you probably know her She Who series from decades ago. There is no other first person. She who floods like a river and like a river continues. She who continues. And I just realized in reading that now that she's continuing as this ninth wave that Caryn has started, and for which I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Do you want to add anything for your share, Deborah, since you're talking?
Sure. So I'm in the third wave. Thank you, and very excited about all of you who are in various waves, and about all the women whose work Caryn highlights, whether they're in a wave yet or not. I'm still so thrilled about the Wisdom of the Mothers conference that we sponsored. And Dale, thank you for your participation. And I know Carla was also participatory, and over 150 people registered.
So I've come back from a mapping project expedition. We do 2 of them a year, where I am mapping all the temples of Artemis. And I caught the end of what Dale was saying. I'm sorry, Coco, I didn't get to hear what you were saying, but it seems like you were kind of both talking about this sort of letting the goddess guide you. And I have to tell you that this expedition has been one of the toughest. We ran into a lot of roadblocks and obstacles. I guess we're looking now for even more harder to find temples. A lot of them are reburied. Anyway, so there were a lot of discouraging days, and there were a lot of moments where I was like, what does she want from me? Like, should I even be doing this? I mean, what am I doing out here in a field of sharp, pointy things that keep making me get an allergic reaction and bleed, looking to find this temple that's buried under all kinds of so maybe the answer, maybe the plan is not exactly as I imagine it. And as you can imagine, I find that hard to believe. What?
I make it a point to bring little bits of this into, I say stuff all the time that I get those looks that I know are just like, like, what is she talking about? And I love that. I consider that my duty to her, to she is all over music and movies, and a lot of it's crap. A lot of the popular stuff just is cringeworthy and makes me cringe. And I have 2 teenage daughters, and they have witch this, witch that. Witches are everywhere in what they read, but a lot of it is not the best. What's behind it. So I really consider it, our mission to just kind of, help each other, encourage each other, lift up each other, spread each other's work. And that's really what the ninth wave is about.
So here we go. We're unmuted, ready to go. Coco, Amantha, Caryn, Deborah, Cynthia, thank you so much for all that you've shared so far. Really, really lovely. And Joan, I look forward to hearing from you. I would be interested in including any of you on my podcast, which is the Dale Allen podcast. And I've been dedicating it to the people, the women of the ninth wave, the various waves of the wave, as well as a few others sprinkled in. So I have felt that has been a very good way for me to support. So just by way of introduction, my name is Dale Allen, and I've been teaching about the sacred feminine for 25 years, and going into some of the topics that have come up here with regard to Mary Magdalene and Isis before her, and Shekinah, Matronit, Hokmah, Sophia, all of the beautiful expressions of the creator as female. And so we're all on this beautiful path, and the world can't get enough of it. I had a really nice experience preparing for ASWM, the creative journey of In Our Right Minds.
Dale Allen. I show up and things are, plugged in and there's equipment and I have a whole slideshow that runs and there's audio that comes out of the computer and it's pretty cool. You know, it's got all these aspects of it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just forget about that. And we're just gonna go with whatever happens. Why? Because we can. Okay? And I wanted you to see that I had to tape the microphone to my chest. Okay? And I'm okay with that. All right, so here we go. And you're not gonna see all my pretty slides, although they might end up coming up, all right? I had a little song, but you know, I don't have my background music because it's not gonna come out of my computer, but so what? I'll give you some of it anyway. It goes like this. Listen up and be sure I've got your attention right here. I got something to say and I'm saying it loud and clear. What you see before you is one woman with a name. Born in her time in history into the human game. What's smoldering here is the very mother of all things. But now she's coming out to sing. She's in you, she's in me, and in the gifts that we share. Through our passion and dreams, she makes a heaven right here. 'Cause I'm a goddess. You see, wild, strong, and true. I am a goddess. Holy blood through and through. Maid, I am a loving mom. I am a sensuous, knocked down, gorgeous crumb. I am a bonafide royalty. And as a leader, I say hello world, hail your queen.
Yes, a lot of good things happening. I'm working on my book. Sometimes it's hard for me to get started writing something. And I mean, of course, this is the book that's about the 40 years of work that I've done. You know, about what I call the wisdom wheel, life force wisdom wheel, with things like ballet and modern dance, and then realizing, you know, doing my own improvisational work, and then having people have such powerful cathartic experiences that I said, okay, I need to understand what's going on here. What is this power that's coming through me?